Today I've got a guest. Her name is Ashley. She lives in Arkansas and she is child-free. Today she's going to be talking about the reasons she's child-free, some things about herself, so let's get started.
Great.
What made you make the decision to be child-free?
I have never wanted kids for as long as I knew it was possible not to have kids. I never played with dolls. I never wanted to be New's mommy. I had plenty of friends that when we were in middle school or high school, said, "Oh, how many kids are you going to have? And what are you going to name them?" No, never. Never was my impulse.
No. What about now?
Definitely not. I find that the older that I get, and I'm 28 now, the older that I get, the less I want them. And oddly enough, the more patience I seem to have for them. I have a lot of friends with kids and want to meet kids in public, and I can deal with a lot more than I could when I was younger, but still haven't changed.
No. You're not going to change your mind now, right?
I hope not, because I just got fixed. Had an Isha procedure back on June 8th, and being sterile was something that I always wanted, and it just became financially viable this year with my insurance and everything else. And tried to get a straight tubal ligation last year, but it was going to be too expensive. It was going to pay too much out of pocket. So Isha it was. And I only had to pay $700 out of pocket for the procedure, and it went extremely well. They actually put me under general anesthesia, which was nice. And I actually just went for the HSG test on just August 29th, and I'm good to go. I'm fixed.
Cool. I love the word fixed.
Me too.
Fixed. It means you were broken and now you're fixed.
Now I've been repaired. It's good.
Yeah, we are
it's good.
fixed. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But, so talk about like your friends. What do they think about you being fixed, or your choice of children, or no children?
You know, honestly, even the ones with kids, for the most part, if they're my friend, I mean, there's usually a reason, and they don't seem to mind. I mean, I'm fond of some of my friends' children. You know, I like going over to their houses and seeing their kids, and we have a good time, and it seems to work out. Honestly, I don't think anybody's ever judged me on the fact that I don't have them. I did have somebody once tell me that I was selfish, of course, you know, as we've all heard, and I came back with, well, you know, tell me what's unselfish about having children. There's no unselfish reason to have children. And he just looks at me, he goes, "That's so retarded, I can't even form an argument against that." I'm like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Can't even come up with a reason.
Well, being in Arkansas now, I myself am finding that at work, where I'm working as a caregiver, I'm getting bingoed all day, every day, by everyone I work with. I'm the only guy there, and I'm working with a bunch of women. They're all moms. Most of them are single moms, and they keep asking me, "Oh, why don't you want kids? Oh, you're child free. You're a child hater." I'm like, no. Let me explain this. Not everybody who doesn't have kids or doesn't want kids hates kids, and it just keeps in one ear, out the other. They keep saying, "Oh, you're a child hater." No, I'm not.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous. So, are you happy without kids?
Yeah, actually, I mean, my own life is complicated enough without having to add children in, and I honestly think that everything I've been through the last couple of months would have been that much worse with children involved. And yeah, I'm happy. I mean, you know, it's a Sunday afternoon, and I have a quiet house, and you know, I've been having a good weekend doing whatever I want, and not having to run the kids to soccer practice or you know, make school lunches or whatever else. It's good. It's good, honestly. And not even to put it that superficially. I feel fulfilled without kids. I mean, you know, what I do, the bingos that I do hear from people, I get, "Oh, well, you're the type of person that should have children." And the reason that people think that is because I am educated and well-read. You know, I've got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And people think that, you know, smart people have a duty to breed for the future because, you know, the stupid people are outnumbering us as it is. And I just don't think that's the case, honestly. Enough of my friends that are smart and well-educated for children that it doesn't make a difference whether I have them or not. And I get people tell me, "Oh, you know, you make such a good mom." Yeah, I'm kind of a nurturing person. You know, I can be impatient and I'm kind of finicky and I do like things just so. But I'd rather nurture my animals. You know, I have hamsters. You know, in the last 6 years I've had 15 pet hamsters, and now right now I have 2, and I love taking care of them. And I love nurturing my adult friends. I mean, I'd rather take care of somebody that actually appreciates it.
Yeah, nice.
I haven't really had a lot of family pressure to breed, which has been pretty nice. Actually, both my mother and my father knew that I was going to be having the procedure, and my father means the world to me. And hearing him say, you know, "I'm so happy that you know your own mind and you know what you want out of life," it felt so good to me. I mean, honestly think that I would get a hard time from my father, but I kind of wondered if he was going to be like, oh, you're not going to give me any grandkids. Not even a hint of that. Just it's good that you know what you want in a life and you're getting it.
That's good. Yeah, my parents still don't know I'm fixed. And, it hasn't come up, but my mom is a wonderful person. She's told me on several occasions that about, I've brought up the fact that we had kids. That I didn't want kids. Even people that know that I'm single say, when are you having kids? I'm looking at them, I'm like, who am I going to have kids with? Am I just going to find someone off the street? Hey, have kids. Actually, have children with me.
You do, man. Fixed.
Come home with me. Have children with me.
Fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fixed. I mean, it's crazy. When people at work bingo me and whatever, and I tell them, oh, I've had a vasectomy, they look at me like I just murdered a cat. Like, oh my God, you've gotten sick. You made the biggest mistake in the world. Oh my God.
My sterility is not general knowledge at this point. Some close friends and family know, but maybe it's not something that you necessarily broadcast. Although I am kind of looking forward to the first time somebody who doesn't know me goes, well, oh, you gonna have kids? Nope, fixed.
There you go. Yeah, you might have to explain fixed because they might not know.
Yeah, sterile, barren. There you go.
Yeah, of course, if I say fixed, they're gonna think, oh, male dog. His balls are cut off. No, I still have my balls. Thank you very much.
God, let's hope not.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've seen on a couple of message boards that I've been a part of over the years. The kid thing comes up and I'm like, oh, I got a vasectomy, and they're like, you got your balls cut off? I'm like, no, I didn't get my balls cut off.
Well, Esure's still a pretty new procedure. Most people know what a tubal ligation is, but Esure, they go in. It's not surgical, but they still have to go in, which is why I was really glad to have been under general anesthesia. And they put these little metal coils in your fallopian tubes, and scar tissue forms over the next couple of months, and then they're blocked. If the coils stay in place and the scar tissue forms like it's supposed to, then 3 months later you go for an HSG test, which is what I had, and they put dye in, and then they do an X-ray and it shows the contrast. And I had mine done, and it was not pleasant, quite uncomfortable, but I survived, and the results were good. And the radiologist looks at it and he goes, "Yep, you're completely occluded."
Do you have it framed in like on a refrigerator magnet?
No, but I did post it on Facebook for the select group of people that I chose to tell about this.
Nice.
I thought about making it my profile picture. Like people will put like an ultrasound.
Oh yeah, hey, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
People might not know. They're not going to know what they're looking at. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah, it does. That's okay. I know what it is, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. And you're proud of it.
Honestly, every time I think about it, it's like, this is fantastic. I had, when I was a teenager, I was on the pill for a while until my early 20s, and tried a couple of different kinds, and it was okay, it worked. And then I got a Paragard IUD when I was 22, and I love the IUD. I will talk of IUDs to anybody that is interested in long-term birth control. You do not have to think about it. They're fantastic, and they come in hormonal varieties and non-hormonal. I had Paragard, which has no hormones. And it was great. I had it taken out last Friday because I don't need it anymore, and it was a great method to kind of get me through, because when I got it, I wanted to be fixed, but I was a poor college student. I had no money. I had no insurance, so it's really nice. I mean, an initial commitment of a couple $100, sometimes less. I paid $95 for it at Planned Parenthood of Maryland. Best $95 I've ever spent. 6.5 years, no worries.
That's good. How like percentage-wise, what's the percentage of protection that it gives?
99.5% or something with perfect use, which perfect use means, is it in? Okay, good. A doctor puts it in for you. You don't have to think about it. It's a good idea to check on the placement. You can check the strings every couple of weeks or so, and then of course the doctor will look at it when you come up for an annual. But it's not like the pill. You can't forget about it. And it's fantastic.
That's good. So, no risk for you, no risk for me, no risk for anyone else out there who's gotten a vasectomy or the Assure or anything. Now, I do have a friend in Illinois who got the Assure, which is 2 coils on both sides, and she didn't feel one of the coils go in, and it ended up falling out.
Yeah, that's a risk. I was really glad to find the doctor that I did. My doctor, Dr. Richard White in Little Rock, Arkansas, he's awesome. He's been doing East Shore for 10 years since it was FDA approved. He was one of the first doctors in Arkansas to do it, and he's done thousands of placements and hasn't had any real issues. Maybe the occasional hiccup here and there, but I mean, I was a little concerned because I was going to be asleep for them to do this. I wasn't actually able to watch, but yeah, as soon as I saw my HSG, saw the coils in place, hey, there you go.
Yeah. Luckily, my friend who had the one fall out got another one put back in, and it held, and
Good.
She got her test, and it came back clear. So, you know, she's completely blocked, and it's, you know, I love talking to sterile people. I love talking to people who, you know, made the decision. They've either had enough kids, whether they have 5 kids or no kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people with no kids are usually more fun.
Obviously. Sometimes 0 is just enough.
Yeah, 0 is enough. Should be the name of the book I write. 0 is enough.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to collaborate with you on that one.
Okay, perfect. We will. Absolutely. I mean, what privileges do you enjoy that you wouldn't be able to enjoy if you had kids?
Well, I love to read, and I know that I wouldn't have anywhere near enough time. Anybody that I've talked to that, you know, had loved to read before they had children, once they had kids, they didn't have any time anymore. And that's something I'm just not willing to give up, honestly. By the same token, you know, I love going for long walks, and you know, I love going with other people, and I love solitude too. And when you have kids, you just don't get a lot of that. You know, I love doing arts and crafts, and just having time to myself to pursue my own interests. You know, I love tattoos. You know, just got this one in January and love it. You know, books, my #1 passion. And I know that if I had kids, I wouldn't be able to, you know, drop $200 on a whim on something like that.
Yeah. Then you've got a nice quiet house, very welcoming. You're a very wonderful host.
I try to be. I like to take care of people who appreciate it.
And children definitely do not appreciate it.
They do eventually, but by then you've already lost your mind, lost your money.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You know, when they're like 30 or 40, they're looking at you like, oh, Mom, thank you so much. It's like, where was this 30, 40 years ago?
What's the thing? You know, my parents and I have a good relationship now, but I know that when I was a teenager, I put them through hell. So
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does. It's you know, from birth to, you know, 30, and sometimes even not even after that, kids are, you know, little demons, little, you know, homewreckers.
I think our relationship got better after I moved out to go to college. But then again, you know, I actually did leave home at 18, and you know, except for, you know, a summer or a vacation period here and there, I didn't go back. So that in and of itself is going to be unusual now.
Yeah.
You know, the kid actually leaves at 18 and doesn't come back to
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah, people are still figuring the numbers from, you know, from a financial sense and a, I guess, like emotional burden
Yeah.
sense. You know, the impact of children from 1 to 18. Where nowadays children are staying with their parents, living with them because it's more financially sound
Mm-hmm.
than going out and living on their own. And you know, in these times, it's tough. And that's one of the reasons I'm so happy I don't have kids. Is because, you know, I'm just now starting to be able to take care of myself. I got an apartment in Little Rock, or not Little Rock, in Bryant. Thank you. I almost moved to Little Rock. And, you know, I'm taking care of myself, and I'm budgeting and everything. And everything's working out well. My job doesn't pay the best, but it doesn't have to, because I can take care of myself. And if I had kids, yeah, I'd get a little government assistance, but I wouldn't be able
enough to make a real difference.
No, that's the thing. Back in the 60s or back in the 70s and 80s, people got enough assistance per child where they could live comfortably just by having kids.
Right.
And, you know, that's when people started
Talking about making your living on your back, jeez.
Yeah, 4 or 5 kids, yeah. Now, though, the government doesn't give as much as they used to. And but people still have the mentality of, oh, if I have kids, the government will take care of me. No, unless you want to live in the really bad part of town, and you know, fear for your kid's life and safety and your own, and you know, if you want to keep your car not on blocks, then things need to change. And you know, the change starts with people like us, the people that are educated about what it really takes to raise a kid and know that they don't want to. And, you know, it's a personal choice we've made, but everybody seems to think that it impacts them in some way, and it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
My not having kids doesn't affect anybody but me, honestly.
But people love to act like, oh, you're destroying the world by not having children. No, you're destroying the world by having children. I mean, we're up to what, 7 billion now? How many are we going to be up to in like 50 years? They're talking about
9 million.
Yeah, at least.
Mm-hmm.
At least. It's crazy. You know, the shows like 19 Kids and Counting, they're trying to have number 20.
I'm so ashamed those people are from my adopted home state of Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. And now they've got another one, their friends, the Bates, I think they're called. They've got like 17 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people like Octomom, she's got 14 kids. And it's like I see them as doing our part to, that people think, you know, our part that people think we need to play in having children. They're covering for us, so thank you, crazy breeders.
Next time somebody asks me, why don't you have kids? Well, the Duggars already had enough, so I didn't need to make any more.
Yeah. I still think if people like you or I applied for a job as an environmentalist, we should get the job right there, because they're going to ask, what are you doing for the environment? I'm not having kids. You're hired.
There you go. That's it. That's the best thing you can do.
That's it.
Don't make more people that pollute and waste.
Mm-hmm. So
Thanks.
that's it.
Thanks for coming over, Mike. This was good.
Yeah. Any comments, questions? Anybody else you want me to interview? You know, if you're in the Little Rock area and you're child free, let me know. I'll come visit you. We'll make a video together. All right. See ya.